Hey Shoujo fans, welcome to episode 71 of the Shoujo Sundae podcast. This week we'll be reviewing Kimi Ni Todoke, the live action film from 2010. Let's dig in.
私の心がアラモードベイビー I'd make you more than happy けどゆっくりしようね Brain freeze ご注意できるかな Handle me 高すぎカロリー Sugar 以上甘い Feeling with you next to me baby おかわり
All right, Giana.
Hi.
I'm so happy.
Me too. This movie made me so happy.
Watching this film made our hearts sing.
It's like coming home.
Yeah.
I messaged Chika. I'm like, because we watched this movie together, by the way.
Mhm.
And I messaged her while we're watching it. I'm like, this is what shoujo is for. Like, the best is being brought out of us right now. I feel the magic. I feel at home. I feel put at ease. I love everything about this. It was just an evening of shoujo magic, and I can't wait to talk about it with you and with everybody listening.
Yeah. It was just perfect. Like, watching this film, not that we didn't know, but it just reminded me of why we started our podcast in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, I felt so good watching it.
Actually, that reminds me, low-key, when I originally got the idea to, like, I want to do a shoujo anime podcast, the driving force was, like, hoping to talk about Kimi Ni Todoke someday.
Yeah, I'm so glad, like, being able to at least put this episode out. We know that season 3 is coming out this year, guys. We don't, at the time of recording, we don't know when Netflix is releasing season 3.
Yeah.
But you know, like, we already have, our slate has already been packed. And so it's like, this is how we can at least touch on Kimi ni Todoke this year. So we hope that you enjoy this review.
Yeah.
But without further ado, here is our hard serve summary, brought to us by Wikipedia, but edited by me. Sawako Kuronuma, a gentle high schooler, has always been avoided by her classmates because her name, her appearance, and her manner too strongly resemble that of Sadako, the main character in the 1998 horror film The Ring. They believe that when one stares into Sawako's eyes for more than 3 seconds, bad luck will befall the person, and she could summon ghosts. These rumors were exacerbated because of Sawako's shy nature. However, Sawako is a kind person whose motto is to do one good thing once daily. In contrast to Sawako's shy nature, Shota Kazehaya is an outgoing student who is popular with his schoolmates, especially girls. On the first day of school, Sawako helped Kazehaya find his way to their school. Since then, Kazehaya has treated Sawako with kindness, making Sawako respect and admire him. Eventually, Sawako makes friends with her classmates, Chizuru Yoshida and Ayane Yano, after she asks to play the role of the ghost in their class's bravery challenge activity in order to participate with everyone. With their help, she begins to gain self-confidence and starts interacting better with her classmates. Things do not continue to stay sweet when Ume Kurumizawa, aka Kurumi, enters the picture. She has a crush on Kazehaya and becomes jealous of Sawako's friendship with him. Strange rumors about Sawako and her friends begin to spread around the school, so Sawako distances herself from them so that their reputation can remain intact. Both Chizuru and Ayane felt hurt after they overhear Sawako telling their homeroom teacher, Pin, that she did not regard them as friends, unknowing that Sawako said that after seeing the girls spreading rumors about them in the hallway. Fortunately, after receiving advice from Kazehaya, Sawako stands up to the people who are spreading the rumors. Sawako did not back down despite the violence, and Chizuru and Ayane were incredibly touched by Sawako's actions. Their friendship then becomes even stronger. During the sports festival, Kurumi, on the pretense of being Sawako's friend, confessed her feelings for Kazehaya to Sawako and asked Sawako for her help. Sawako refused, saying that Kazehaya was also special to her. To manipulate Sawako, Kurumi tells her to speak with Ryu to see if her special feelings toward Kazehaya are a fluke. Later, Kurumi brings Kazehaya to where Ryu and Sawako are talking. He then pulls Sawako outside to see if she has feelings for Ryu, to which she denies. Chizuru and Ayane later discover Kurumi's plot, corner her, and warn her away from breaking Kazehaya and Sawako apart. Sawako sees the end of this confrontation happen and learns that Kurumi had never been her friend. Nevertheless, she asks Chizuru and Ayane to not reveal what happened to Kazehaya. Assuming that one day the girls will snitch on her to Kazehaya, Kurumi confesses her feelings towards him and he rejects her outright. Once the winter season starts, Sawako's dad asks her to take the bus home as he is worried for her safety. While applying for a student pass for the bus, Pin loses her student handbook, which contained Kazehaya's note to her and the cherry blossom petal that he pulled from her hair when they first started school. Because Sawako has to be cognizant of the bus schedule, she ends up spending less time with her friends, including Kazehaya. Kazehaya decides to ask Sawako to spend time with him, but she misunderstands and invites Chizuru along. At his wit's end, Kazehaya confesses his feelings to Sawako at her bus stop and asks for them to go on a date with one another. Unable to handle the sudden change in the relationship, Sawako flounders and leaves without responding to Kazehaya. To make matters worse, she did not turn up at the Christmas Eve party that she promised to go to, leaving Kazehaya in a bad mood. Chizuru and Ayane suggest that she go to apologize to Kazehaya on New Year's Eve, where he volunteers at a festival every year. However, Sawako's father's orchestra has a concert that night, leaving Sawako conflicted over which to choose. With permission to leave the orchestra showing from her father, Sawako goes to the New Year's Eve festival to speak with Kazehaya. Kurumi tells her where to find him, and not seeing him, Sawako believes that she lost her chance. In actuality, Kazehaya was further away from the field that Kurumi told Sawako about. Pin gave Kazehaya Sawako's student handbook, and he sees the note that he wrote to her along with the cherry blossom petal that he pulled from her hair, and that's when he realizes her feelings towards him. This is also after Ryu plays catch with him to make him think if he considered Sawako's feelings when he had originally confessed to her. Sawako is able to find Kazehaya, and then they later confess to one another. And that is our summary.
Woo! Great job.
Thank you. Giana, do you have a theme?
I do, and I feel like it's a common theme around here on Shoujo Sundae. Clear, honest communication is the best way to reach someone's heart.
Yes. Perfect.
Thank you. What do you have?
I had a number of them. I feel like they were like quotes, but one of mine was moral of the story is clear communication.
Yes.
The other ones that are quotes is one is from Sawako saying that do good deeds every single day.
Aw.
You can't fix things if you blame others. And that's from Pin. And then if you can't pass the ball seriously, it won't reach the other side.
Hey, that's my sprinkle on top.
Oh, yay. Okay, yeah. That was from Kazehaya. Which, speaking of sprinkle on top, let's go.
Yeah, that is my one and only sprinkle on top. That communication is like passing a soccer ball. If you don't do it completely, it won't reach the other person.
Yeah. Oh, it was just so cute.
I know. I'm like squealing just thinking about Kazehaya is top tier male lead.
If anybody was that earnest about me, I would be locked down.
Right?
No one could convince me otherwise. We're getting married. Yes. The sprinkles on top that I have, one is the cherry blossom petal, which I feel like this is also a recurring sprinkle, is just the blossoming of love.
Okay.
And then I had kicking rocks / the soccer ball. So when Sawako was really sad about no longer being around Chizuru and Ayane, she started sort of kicking at rocks. And you know, like the phrase kicking rocks is like when people like tell you to like die, basically, like, you know.
Yeah.
Then the soccer ball comes and lo and behold, there's Kazehaya. And then he says that quote about he can't pass the ball seriously, it won't reach the other side. And I was just like, yes, stop kicking rocks. You aren't as bad as people make you out to be. You're actually amazing. And you just need to talk to people. Like, just very beautiful.
Oh, that's great. That's a great catch. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we can move into Floats Your Boat.
Okay, which I have a healthy heaping portion of Floats Your Boat. It's essentially a summary of the movie.
I also have a healthy heaping thing, just pile.
Yeah.
Like Boeing plane, but not really because people be dying. Oh my gosh, y'all. Like,
oh my god. I was gonna say it's like the when you can get a like it, love it, or gotta have it at Cold Stone Creamery. It's the gotta have it. It's the gotta have it.
Yes. Gotta have it. Gotta have this. Yeah. Let me just kick it off because this is so random and it's very personal to me, which I feel like we're going to talk about Kazehaya's actor, Haruma Miura, in another segment. But I found out that Haruma Miura, who is the actor for Kazehaya, dated Taemin's choreographer.
Wow.
Right.
The connection.
Koharu Sugawara. Right. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I knew he had taste. Then, because I was doing this deep dive, he was also in Gakusen. And y'all, like, I mean, of course, outside of being so many different types of girlies, I am a live action girly and I loved Gakusen. And so for me to just be like, oh my gosh, wait, I've loved him all along.
Oh.
Like, it was so nice. But yeah, he had taste.
Yeah.
But yeah, just random side note, like I had to put that in, like, of course, as a Taemin stan, I would notice that shit.
Of course.
Like, yes. But yes, back to the movie. So, Giana, what is one of your likes?
So my first Floats Your Boat is just kind of a general appreciation for the anime to live action, like adaptation and styles of things. So I just have a short list of things I appreciated. I loved Sawako's Sadako-ness, where she's like resembling Sadako, especially when they're introducing that she is nicknamed Sadako. And she's like crawling out of like the playhouse, and it looks like she's coming out of the well in the ring. Yeah. And I felt like they did a really great job establishing like where the reference for her name came from in like that exposition, and then always kind of having her hair pushed forward like the ring. They really did a good job with that. And a few other things I really appreciated were Chizu's and Yano's hair styles were like perfect. Kazehaya's coat was 1-to-1 with him in that winter coat in the anime is like everything. Yeah. It's everything. There's so many good scenes with that coat. I literally have it painted. I have a painting of Kimi Ni Todoke that I did on my wall that I see every day. He's in that damn coat. So I loved seeing that. Kurumi's hairstyles were also 1-to-1, and it was just done so perfectly. And lastly, Sawako's perfect little bun for the sports day was also 1-to-1. They really did so good adapting the style of the anime.
They did. It was just beautiful. Like, honestly, you guys, and I know that we do Licorice live action for our patrons. Please join if you'd like. It would help us go back to being weekly. But I feel like both of us, we appreciate live action adaptations so much. And especially with this, because it's so spot on, there's no reason not to see this film.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of sad, or partially sad, that like we were able to watch it together because Giana owns the DVD. But like you cannot find this on streaming. You cannot.
Mm-mm.
And it eats at me because it's like, I want the DVD too.
Oh.
I love this adaptation so much. I think the first Floats Your Boat that I have is just that very first scene where we see Sawako's dad abandoning the orchestra and running for his life because Sawako was being born.
Oh.
And it was just so adorable. Like, just, like, you could tell how happy, like, both of her parents were, but her dad was just so ecstatic. Like, it was adorable.
Yeah. There was no question that the birth of his baby girl meant more than literally anything to him.
Yeah. And I just love that, especially as a daddy's girl. Like, yes.
Yeah.
I loved seeing father-daughter relationships and stuff on screen. So this was beautiful to me. And then also Sawako has L'Oreal / Garnier Fructis level hair. Like all of these people are just like, oh, she's Sadako. Okay, Sadako's hair looked like shit.
Yeah.
Have you seen Sawako's hair? Like gorgeous. Even if it was a wig, like gorgeous. Oh my God.
Yeah, I agree.
So cool.
Lovely hair.
Yeah.
My next floats your boat is the day that Kazehaya and Sawako meet.
Me too.
He picks that heart-shaped cherry blossom out of her hair, and it's just such a moment. I love it.
I have a distinct memory of messaging you and being like, I'm God.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So romantic. Like, I would have been fully delusional if that happened to me. Like, what?
Right. Oh my God. Like, somebody like you think is extremely attractive picks a cherry blossom out of your hair and it's heart-shaped. Excuse me. I'm dead.
I am so dead. Wow.
Yeah.
Just, oh my God. Like, I have never been so down bad. I was just like, oh my goodness. Whew. Girl,
Yeah.
this would have been a whole different story, okay? We would have turned this story into the perils of teen pregnancy, which is terrible. If you are in school and you listen to our podcast,
Oh my
please
God.
go on birth control. Can they get Plan B? Don't you have to be a certain age? Find somebody who you don't go that far. I don't know. Shit. Like
The most unexpected PSA.
right. I didn't mean to go there, but yeah, just it would have been a different story entirely if it had been me.
Oh my God.
Whew.
But after that day, it's evident that Kazehaya is at least like curious about Sawako because, God, the way he just notices her when she's doing chores and then she's just like silently noticing him because he's like so popular and people are always talking to him, but she feels like she can't because of who she is. So it's like they're noticing each other.
Yeah, and like, he just, like, one of mine that I have is when he said good morning to her so brightly, like, because everybody had just been avoiding her, and it's like, I cannot tell you what it means to have somebody see you when other people are deliberately, like, ignoring you, or,
Yes.
like, it...
It can change everything.
Yeah, just the best ML ever, like...
Yes.
You can see her for her, and it's not what everybody... Oh, just beautiful.
The next thing I have is when he sees her doing the good deed of picking up other people's bikes that fell over, and then he takes a moment to help her and let her know how kind of a person she is. That was just one of the sweetest things I've ever witnessed.
It was so beautiful, like, for him to just say, you're so kind. And it means a lot because of the fact that people hate on her so bad just because she is similar to this character in a movie. And, like, he's always, like, oh my God, Giana. He has always seen her. From the very first start, he has always seen her for exactly who she is. I'm holding it in, y'all. Like, it is just, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I have is when she calls Kazehaya, which I will admit the subs for this movie were kind of interesting.
Yeah, they weren't that great.
Like, I was mentally rewriting certain things. But she calls Kazehaya, like, the god of hardiness.
Yeah, I think in the anime they use the word refreshing, which I was just sort of self-replacing hardy with refreshing in my head.
Right, because hardiness, I was just like, what does that... What?
Yeah.
But it's cute. Like, I guess it's like persevering, or I don't know. Like, I don't know how but I still thought it was adorable. And I was just like, oh, because that's how she felt about him. And she made sure to tell him exactly like what she meant. And he was just he became really bashful in that moment too. It's just so cute.
Yeah. I love the way he just kind of melts in front of her. She brings that bashfulness out of him.
Yeah, and then to follow up from that, I loved that they worked out that misunderstanding about the sign-up sheet.
Yeah,
Because she had wanted to do it, and then somebody made some offhand comment about her ruining the mood, and then she decided not to because this girl, like Sawako, is the most caring female lead in a shoujo that we've encountered, really. She wants everybody to be comfortable and just happy. And so it's nice that, like, he said, oh, he felt a way about her not signing it. And she's just like, no, like, I can do it and stuff. And, like, even afterwards, she goes to, that's how she even meets her friends, Chizuru and Ayane, was because she really wanted to participate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And coming right out of that, I like that. And I think I was also I was drawing back to the anime too, because this is very much like adapting the anime. So I'm assuming they're keeping like motivations and thoughts from that in mind. That Sawako likes pretending to be a ghost because it makes other people happy and it meets their expectations of who they think she is or what she could add to the Test of Courage event. So it's like kind of sweet that she just like, she's like, I'm going to embrace this because it's making everybody happy.
Yeah. Because that's all she wants is for people to, like, be happy. And then she also wants to be able to participate as well.
Yeah.
And I, like, just love that. I think Kazehaya had said if people got to talk to you and stuff, they'd realize the type of person that you are. And, like, we get to see that immediately with Chizuru and Ayane. Yeah. So the game happens, and then they're, like, I guess doing punishments or something the next day, which, another segment. But Kazehaya defends Sawako because they make dating her for a week as a punishment, which is so fucked up.
Yeah, I have that in Banana Split as not as like a confusion as like half of the scene is in Float Your Boat and half of it is in Hot Fudge. So it's like the fact that they said dating Sawako for a week is punishment for losing the Test of Courage is absolutely Hot Fudge and cruel.
Yeah.
But for sure, Floats Your Boat half is that Kazehaya immediately, without hesitation, skipping a beat, adamantly stood up for Sawako.
Yeah, he does. And then not only him, like also Chizuru and Ayane get up and just like offended.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they had just started talking to her and they were already just like, no, like you're wrong. This is messed up.
Such good people.
Such good people. And I like how in that moment, too, Sawako defends Kazehaya by just being like, she doesn't want his image to be affected or his reputation to be affected. And so she's just like, it's a misunderstanding. He's just really nice to me.
Yeah.
He's really kind.
Yeah.
And so I just loved it, at least in that sense, that all four of them were defending each other in some way. And so that was just really beautiful to me.
Oh, yeah, definitely. My next Floats Your Boat is the almost confession at the intersection where Kazehaya and Sawako met right before summer vacation, I believe it was, where like Kazehaya is kind of like trying to imply that he feels a certain way about her, but she's just like not fully seeing it. And I feel like I believe in the anime he like takes that as a rejection and it's like a whole thing, but obviously they couldn't fit all of that into the film, but I thought that they executed that really well. And the tension, you know, guys, if you're trying to think about me, I love romantic tension. I'm fanning myself right now. I fucking love it so much. So like that scene was very, very great.
Yeah, because the thing is, and eventually Kazehaya understands this, Sawako is really like a baby when it comes to human interaction.
Yeah.
And so she's not going to pick up on things the same way as everyone else. Like she's good-natured, but I feel like at the same time, she also doesn't put a lot of expectations into other people either. So him just, I guess, being ready in that moment to confess, and it's just like, you've got to think about who you're talking to, because does she actually get it? Like, no, that's why she just kept saying like, oh, I admire you. I really respect you. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing I have is when they all go to eat ramen with each other.
Okay.
And Chizuru, I think it's Chizuru, tells Sawako that she should smile always.
Oh.
when she gets so like happy, because at first she was really emotional and she was like trying to hold it in like the best that she could, because it'd been the first time anybody had asked to hang out with her after school, and they're like encouraging her to eat. And then eventually when she smiles, they're just like, you should smile always. And I was just like, please.
Yes, you should. You deserve it, baby.
Oh my God. I was crying a lot. Like, this is such a good film. But yeah.
Yeah. My next floats your boat is when seating arrangements are being changed. And I guess it could kind of be in Banana Split because, you know, the class is like, well, nobody wants to sit around Sawako, and that's awful.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that half of it until right now, but it's definitely floats your boat that when Sawako chooses her seat, Kazehaya, Yano, Chizu, and Ryu all take the seats surrounding her and make her feel so loved.
Yeah. Like, and then she almost cried again.
Yeah.
I was just like, girl, you're about to cry. I'm already crying, girl.
Right, I would cry too.
Like, all these people are just like, oh, like, we have to pick whatever. And they're just like, no, we want to be by her. And they're doing it publicly so she sees it, so everybody knows that they're cool with her. And I love that.
Me too. I actually have something coming right out of the ramen shop scene. I just loved that Sawako's parents were excited at the prospect of her having friends rather than being like, oh, you spoiled your dinner or something for going out and eating ramen. I just liked that instead of, you know, them being upset, they were like, oh, it's great that you like have friends and like you ate with them and it's like totally cool that you don't eat with us or whatever. It was just like, that's so good for you. So happy for you.
Yeah. I'm just so happy for her in general, because it's like just having the right people around you, but then also having her parents like see that she had like, it means so much.
Yeah, definitely.
The next thing I have is Sawako's study guide.
Me too.
Yeah, so she makes a study guide for Chizuru because like Pin literally called her out and was just like, good luck on the next test. And of course Chizuru, or Chizu, because she's also called Chizu, is just like, I didn't even remember we had a test. And so she just creates this whole like booklet by hand.
And it's like labeled and stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God, girly. Like I claim, let me just do that now. I should have started it. I forgot that I wanted to start off the episode with it. Like, guys, I wasn't hiding my child from the world. I was hiding the world from my child. So, saying that to say, I gave birth to Sawako Kuronuma. It's a product of nature, so, you know, there was no man.
It was shoujo magic.
The shoujo magic made me pregnant with her. I am her mother.
I am her aunt.
Yes. And like, just like how, you know, Giana loves to call people like her cinnamon roll, I started calling Sawako my precious bean.
Yes.
My precious little bean. Like, and I kept saying it over and over when we were watching the film together. I was like, leave my bean alone. She's just a baby. Like,
she is, though. She really is.
Yeah. But her making that study guide for Chizu was adorable. Yeah.
The next thing I have is during the sports day at school. Kazehaya gets a very close call home run, and he's like going around and giving everybody high fives, and he gets to Sawako, and it's like the most awkward high five I've ever seen in my entire life, and I loved it so much.
Yeah, because it's like she doesn't know, and it's just so cute to like see her like in these situations, and it's like she's included too.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm allowed to like touch your hands too? Oh, cool.
Yeah. It was so adorable.
Yeah.
And I think also in connection to the sports day, just seeing Sawako be able to participate with a cute bun in her hair.
Yes.
And they all like win and everybody is cheering. And at that point, everyone was like being nice to her and she was like getting hugs and everyone was happy. I was so happy that she got to experience that too.
Me too.
So I think that's what she always wanted, was to feel included with everyone.
Yeah, she doesn't want to feel like she's on the outside.
Yeah. She wants to be part of things. Like, I can relate. That's my child. Okay.
I just liked that Sawako was able to refuse to help Kurumi with her crush on Kazehaya because Sawako is very much like, let me do things for others, let me do kind things, even if it's like not fully like what I want. But in this instance, she put her foot down, and I thought that was a great show of strength on her part.
I was so proud of our girl. She is a giving person.
Yeah.
And so for her to acknowledge that she also liked Kazehaya and that she wasn't going to just give him up for this person or this so-called friend, I was proud of her too. Stand up for your feelings, girly. Like, yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Just the perfect child. I'm not having more. I don't think. I'll have fictional children.
Yeah.
But anyway. So mine is, I think, because I'll say in large part, I was trying to write a lot, and I was, but at the same time I was experiencing the film. So this is kind of jump cut to, I guess I said, I'm glad Kazehaya persevered in finding out about the rumor that made Sawako stop hanging with her friends.
Yeah. The rumor stuff was definitely intense.
Very, very intense. And overall, I think even in connection to that, I would say that I'm really proud of Chizu and Ayane for not initially believing what was going on. They knew just how good-natured Sawako is, and even when it came to her not explaining her feelings towards them, they still were trying to think the best of her.
Yeah.
Which says a lot, because especially when you're in high school, because it's just like, oh, this person, like it was a lie, but this person supposedly is spreading like rumors about me. They said that we aren't friends or whatever, but they're still trying to persevere and find out like what was going on. Like they were doing their best to have that clear communication with her. I was really proud of them as well. But outside of that, I was just, like I said, I'm glad that Kazehaya persevered in finding out why she was acting so different, and that he was able to get her to see that the rumors are crap and that they really care about you and you should try talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My next two can actually be lumped together. So I really thought it was sweet that Ryu decided to confide in Sawako about his feelings for Chizuru and asks her to keep it a secret. You know, for someone who like can't even quite remember her name, I like that he was able to remember her character and know that he could trust her with that information. That was just very, very sweet. And kind of coming out of that scene, when Kazehaya, I mean, I guess it could almost be banana split just because of there was like the force behind it, but like Kazehaya like comes in and swipes Sawako's hand and runs away from the gym with her. That kind of like took our breath away a little bit.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I should have put that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I should have put because I was geeking.
Yeah.
I was geeking in the chat. I was like, oh my gosh, he pulled her away. Let's get married.
Yeah, you're pulling me to the altar.
To the justice of the peace. It's done. We're never gonna be apart. Like, because Kurumi was trying, she was so nasty, but she was just trying to like make it seem like something it wasn't. And then meanwhile, something else I loved about that scene, which my bad, I didn't mean to jump the gun. It's just, I think probably other thoughts. I put that in other segments versus compartmentalizing and everything. But seeing her go to Ryu and just ask, they both were very clear with each other, right? So she's asking him what he thinks love is, and he's just like, first off, XX, I love Chizu, don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
To dissuade her if she was coming on to him. Then he realizes, oh, she just wants to know what the concept of love is. And so they're having this really honest conversation about it and everything, because Sawako wants to make sure that the feelings that she has are legit. And so she's learning that from his literal best friend. And then he comes in and of course he was like jealous, but he like pulls her outside and just directly asks like, oh, do you like Ryu? And she's just like, yeah, but in a classmate way.
Yeah.
Which, perfect.
Uh-huh.
And like, you could just see him, like, he was so relieved. He like got on the ground, y'all. Like,
yeah, oh my God, he like collapsed. It knocked the wind out of him.
yeah. Because he, like, it was going to change everything if she had said yes. And she's just, like, not in the way that you think. And he was so relieved. I was just like, yeah, get married.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. They're my favorite couple in anything. Mm-hmm. And I like a lot of couples, guys, but I think Kazehaya and Sawako are my favorite couple ever.
That's a big thing, okay? Gianna's the romance girl.
I'm the romance girl. Yeah.
This is legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing that I have is when Yano, I call her Yano, but it's Ayane as well.
Mm.
She straight up confronts Kurumi about her little scheme, telling her that she failed. And I loved every second of that. Like, let her have it, girl.
Yes, because let me tell you something. You want to know what one of my love languages is? When people defend me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you go through so much bullshit, right? And it's like, I could be the best of the best type of person. I could show up for you. There was one point I was in college. I used to give, like, my friends at the time medicine that my mom gave me and stuff when they were sick. I'd call my mom, because my mom's in the medical field. I'd call her. Clearly, it's after hours for her. And I'll be like, these are their symptoms. What should I give them and stuff? So it's like, I'm that type of friend. And so, anyway, so for Sawako to be so gentle and so kind, and her friends just get that. They fully understand it, and they want to protect that gentleness in her and make sure, like, hey, you can't mess with her. Ah, beautiful. Chef's kiss.
Yes. Friendship goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that as well.
Mm-hmm. I do have something in the same scene. Sorry, I feel like I'm like taking over a little bit.
No, it's okay, because like my last floats your boat was like jump started from like it was kind of slightly further into the movie with the rumor stuff or whatever. So it's fine. We can catch up to that point.
Okay. So coming directly out of that scene, when Sawako is like talking with Kurumi, she admits out loud that her feelings for Kazehaya are love, and I just love when characters get to that point. That's just such a moment of growth for them that really propels the rest of the story towards a confession, towards the romance, and like it makes the tension even more tense because it's like they both know that there's feelings. So just like seeing that and Sawako admitting that, and to Kurumi of all people, was like super awesome and brave.
Yeah, because especially after like Kurumi tried to manipulate the situation into what she wanted it to be, but she had told Sawako that she should talk to Ryu to see if her feelings were a fluke, and they weren't. And even after she betrayed her, she still went back to say, no, my feelings were real. So just like how you shared your feelings with me and stuff, and that was your secret, here's my secret. And this is after this girl had betrayed her and was just like, oh, we're not really friends for real. Like, she's just the best. Sawako's the best kind of person.
Truly. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So my next floats your boat, which is after Kazehaya perseveres in finding out about the rumor that made Sawako stop hanging out with her friends, is Sawako then defending Yano and Yoshida and stuff in the bathroom, because these girls, like, these rumors were insane. They were just basically calling one of them a gangster and the other one a whore, and it's just like, who are you to start calling people that?
Yeah.
Why would you do that, you know? And Sawako is inexperienced, but even if she's not hanging out with them, which even before that, y'all, before that, she was practicing in the mirror how to talk to them again.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
Oh god. Anyway,
So pure.
So pure, but so then Sawako like starts defending them and she's just like, please, you have to take that back. It's not true. You can't say that about my friend. Like, just talking about how they're the best type of people, how they're so gentle, and how she doesn't even think she's that great because when they asked her, she didn't say anything to them about how she feels about them. But just in time, because Kazehaya, like the princely prince that he is, finds out that there's this fight or whatever going on in the girls' bathroom and Sawako is involved and he knows that it's about Chizu and Ayane and stuff. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna go get them because then they can go into hell because it's the girls' bathroom, but then two, they can hear for themselves what Sawako has to say, and so they get there just in time for her to say that she likes them so much. She extremely likes them, and it is just beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I have that in Rocky Road just because it was such an emotional scene for everybody. Like, such a heartfelt reunion.
And on top of that, what makes this girl made child, like what makes her the best precious being ever in life is that even after they make up, those girls try to leave and Sawako is still like, you need to take back what you said.
Yeah.
Like she did not give up.
Yeah, like she's soft, but she will go after what is right, even if it requires a little bit of force.
Yeah. Like she'll do what she believes. I'm so proud of her.
Me too.
Yeah.
The next thing that I have is a bit further, I think, into the movie when Ryu is waiting with red bean buns for Chizu in the place where she goes when she's sad to like think and sulk after she finds out that Toru, who is Ryu's older brother, is engaged because he knows that she has a crush on him and is probably feeling really sad. So he gets red bean buns and he waits for her in her crying place. And oh my god, it's so sweet. What a guy.
Oh my gosh, like everybody, why is everybody so cute in this?
I know.
Like, I swear to God.
Guys, this is like, I've been writing my own romance shit, and I'm just like, I want what I write to give people what Kimi Ni Todoke makes me feel. Like, that is the goal.
Yeah. Make sure to buy, I don't know if it's going to say the same title, but make sure to buy Project Peanut Butter when it comes out, y'all.
Yes, as long as, like, I'm going to pursue traditional publishing, and I think that they can, like, change titles and shit if they, like, want. So I hope it stays Project Peanut Butter, but that is what it is currently. If I can't traditionally publish it, it will be self-published, you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry to derail. I'm very excited about my book.
No. It's perfectly fine. Yeah. That's why I wanted to talk about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, Ryu is just perfect. And it's like you could see how much it hurt. That was something that I had in Floats Your Boat for me, which I think I'll have like 3 left after this.
Pretty much same, yeah.
I said that Sawako is such an honest friend because you get to see Chizu like when they're going to Ryu's place and the older brother is there and she's so excited. Like she jumps up and she's hugging him and she's asking him like about what was going on. And then it's just like, I'm engaged, which first of all, to me, this is how I took it. Her being that excited to see him wouldn't really put me off as a fiance if I knew that they grew up with each other.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Because the way he reacted, it was as if I've got to respect my fiance. It was just kind of like bullshit.
I think it's different in the anime because you're able to spend more time with Toru. But I think they did what they could for the minimal time they had with him. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so afterwards, you see Chizu just being so upset. And Sawako was upset on her friend's behalf.
I have that in Rocky Road, yeah.
My bad.
No, it's okay.
I said she's such an honest friend. Like, when her friend hurts, then she hurts. And, like, Sawako is literally, like, fighting for her life to not cry.
Well, she saw that Chizu wasn't crying, so she was, like, crying on Chizu's behalf.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, my favorite girly.
I
yeah.
know. Okay, the next thing I have is the big moment. Do you have anything before that?
Ayane and Chizu visiting Sawako.
Okay.
So stuff happens. We'll get to it in another segment, but stuff happens. I mean, between Kazehaya and Sawako, obviously. So,
Oh, wait. You don't have the bus stop and floats your boat?
why would I have it there when how it went?
Well, I compartmentalized.
Oh, my bad. I had you go first and then I'll go next because I have them visiting her after the fact.
Okay, well, in the compartmentalized version, Kazehaya gets the courage to confess his feelings to Sawako at the bus stop.
Oh.
I don't think the bus stop was the right choice of place, but God bless him,
No.
he had to do it, and he was going to do it when he had the courage to do it, so he did it.
It was burning inside of him.
Yeah, he was like, let's go to a movie after the party, and he says to her explicitly, I want to be with you on Christmas Eve, and that, you guys... Christmas Eve is a big day for me personally as a Italian lady. So just for someone to be like, I want to be with you on Christmas Eve, that is one of the most magical nights of the year for me personally. So I felt that. I'm like, oh my God, he's really going out on a limb here and doing the most. Just the fact that he did it. And he was so nervous to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the compartmentalization and it stops there. But yeah.
Yeah, because it's not only did he ask her out, he was already trying to implement things and just be like, let's go out together. Here, directly, here's this idea. Let's go and do this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was so cute and baby and brave. And then she was like, I gotta go home, girl. Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why the bus stop is probably not the place.
Right. She was so agitated, but she's like, I can't miss this bus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, girly.
I would have missed the bus. I don't care.
I would have missed the bus. Daddy Liz, shit. Okay? My boyfriend walked me home. I'm all right. I'm safe.
Yeah, I'm safe with him for sure. Yeah.
Meet your son-in-law early.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after she gets on the bus, different segment, but gets on the bus, leaves him there. She is so upset, doesn't go to this party thing. So Ayane and Chizu are like, girl, I'm going to your house for the first time. But going to her house to see what's going on. And one, I love that they care so much that they're just like, no, we can't just wait till school. We have to see you right now. We need to fix it. And I like that they did that in order to fix it. And even though Chizu got her own feelings, her own big feelings, and I think she was kind of conflating her situation onto Sawako and Kazehaya and stuff, but basically they both were just like, you need to talk to him. If you do like him or whatever, you need to fix this. And I said in connection to that Ayane, because they also mentioned that Ayane had her own boyfriend and stuff, but still I was like, Ayane is such a nice big sister type of friend.
Yeah, I loved them talking her through it and kind of getting her out of her own head and just being like, you gotta talk to him.
Yeah. You've got to fix this, girl. You can't leave it how it is. And it was just so nice.
The next floats your boat that I have is about Sawako's dad, actually. I loved how understanding her dad was about Sawako wanting to see Kazehaya on New Year's Eve and miss the show. He's just like, sometimes things are just so important that you have to go straight to them. And, abandon everything else and just, be with that thing. And if that's it for you tonight, then I understand. And I'm like, wow, that is so understanding. And he clearly loves her so much.
Yeah. He just wants the very best for his little girl. And it's just...
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to breathe through that, y'all. There's too many emotions. I feel like I have more than this. I have one last written one, but I feel like I have more Floats Your Boat, to be honest.
I just have 2 more.
Okay, so it's the New Year's Eve festival, but specifically Kazehaya and Ryu being together.
Their conversation was really great. I should have written that down.
What I liked about it is that, you know, Ryu helps people in his own way. And so Kazehaya is just super emo and just like, she's not coming. I don't want to be here. And so he tries to leave and he pulls him over to the side and they play catch. And during them playing catch, Ryu's asking him like how he feels about Sawako. And so at that point, because Kazehaya is like in uber love with our girl, and so he's just like, she's like this and she cares for other people and she does that. And it's like at that point, he finally kind of clued in. Oh, you know, he's always seen Sawako, but he kind of slightly lost sight in his own, like in the fire of his feelings for her, of how she is as a person, and the fact that she's so new to everything. So even when it comes to people liking her, she's not going to know like how to handle that. And so his response and him feeling so dejected, it was as if like, oh, he got rejected by an average girl. And it's like, no, like Sawako's not the average girl. She doesn't know all of the things that other people instinctively know. And even when he was like, she's naive, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, just a bean.
You're right, she's just a bean. So it's like I was really glad that Ryu was able to kind of get that out of him, like without pushing too much too.
Right. Yeah, Ryu has just this gentle way about him that he can just get his point across firmly, but gently.
Mm-hmm.
One of my last Floats Your Boat is the mutual snowfall confession at the place they met. Oh, it was so nice for them to finally have that conversation and address their feelings, and it was just so sweet. Kazehaya was in particular just so happy. He's like, it's good to start the year together. Please take good care of me. My God. Oh my God. They're just such a sweet couple.
And then before this happens, because Pin's random ass shows up, I told Gianna this. I said, Pin, his ass pops up like the genie in Aladdin. Like, you just don't know. And all of a sudden, here this man go. And so this is post the baseball bit with Ryu, or playing catch and stuff. He's just like, here's her student handbook, which I was just like, why were you just keeping that?
All right.
I was just like, okay, homeroom, fairy godfather person, genie.
He's a weird one.
A weird one. But he gives Kazehaya the handbook, and then she has the notes that they pass to each other in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds the cherry blossom petal. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, yes, finally, you know. Because why else would she keep that? Like, he got it. And I was like, yeah, here we fucking go.
Exactly. As cute as it is to find a heart-shaped petal, if it wasn't like someone I admired the way, you know, Sawako admired Kazehaya picking it out of my hair, I wouldn't keep it.
Right. There's no reason. That's why he realized exactly what it was when he saw it.
Yeah.
And he got it. And I was just like, fuck yeah. So then when she came where they first met, and he's just like, take your time. Because he was already sort of assured. He was just like, take your time saying it. And then she confesses. And then he confesses. And then I combust.
Yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, just my fave. I was so happy, y'all. Like,
Yeah, the ultimate feel-good show.
Mm-hmm.
Kimi Ni Todoke is just everything.
Yeah. What's your last like?
My last like is the post-credit scene with the movie tickets.
Yeah!
Because earlier in the movie, Kazehaya had crumpled those tickets, which is another segment, but they finally get their movie date, and it fulfilled my whole heart. My heart grew 3 sizes. I aged back 7 years. Like, everything was right in the world.
Yeah. Girl, this is the Fountain of Youth. What was that movie that had Alexis Bledel in it where they were just drinking out of that pond shit in the tree?
Oh, I do not remember. I'm sorry.
Fudge! Oh my gosh, y'all. Nah, like, I'm Googling. What was the Alexis Bledel Fountain of Youth? Because I'm not gonna just forget about this because this has to be referenced, bro. Like, Talk Everlasting. Oh gosh. Okay. That's how it was for me. I drank out of this fucking tree thing and then I was young again.
We're both, guys, for the record, if this is your first episode, we're 30. We're really not that old.
Right. We're not old. We're not old as much as Gen Z or whatever the generation is now likes to act as if 30 years old. Wait until you're 30, mamas. Wait until y'all are complaining about that. Who do you think writes the manga that you read?
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think they are? Okay, come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it made me so happy. I think I put in all caps. I was like, HEA, which is happily ever after.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I guess that floats your boat. So let's move into, like, girl, of course, let's spend an hour.
Exactly. Like I said, it was like a summary of the whole film.
Yeah, we were just really happy about it the whole time. Okay, we'll see how we can do Banana Split. But let's get into Banana Split, y'all. So what is one of yours, Gianna?
I actually only have 2, so I won't be here very long in Banana Split.
Oh, okay.
My first one, because it's like, I didn't really know where else to put this because I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel good about it. It's just kind of whatever. Kurumi finds the courage to confess to Kazehaya after her conversation with Sawako. And I don't think that she was doing it necessarily in like a sneaky way. She kind of just had to know whether it was going to be her or Sawako, so she had to get it off of her chest and at least try. And you know, like, good for her. Good for her. I'm not invested, but like, good for her.
Right. I mean, I think for me, and that's like something I tweaked about the summary, was that she was so sure that the girls were going to tell him that she was just like, I'm taking, I guess, her power back in that moment. Or she's taking her power back in that moment and it's just like, I'm going to confess to him and it's going to come from me so he doesn't hear it from anybody else. Which she didn't have to do that, like, considering the type of person Sawako is. And I guess she didn't fully consider her relationship with Chizu and Ayane to know that they would just do what she would want. But in any case, she goes and confesses and yeah, he rejected her. I mean, I think he said he was happy to hear her feelings, but he still said no.
Yeah, he was happy to receive her feelings, but he has feelings for somebody else.
Yeah. So I like that. He was very mature about it. And, you know, I wish more people were direct like that.
Yeah.
Just say what you want. And honestly, that's how I handle when I like people, especially since I'm not in a place or in the mindset to be in a relationship. If I like somebody, I might tell them or I might look at their Twitter likes just so I can get over it. Like, like, I do not have time to like anybody. Like, no, I'm gonna ruin this on purpose, which is bad.
I'm the opposite. You girls doing your best. Hopefully by the time this comes out, I'm a little less on the lonely train. But your girl's trying to date to save her life right now.
Right. Gianna's gonna get wifed up.
Right. Somebody with glasses, take me away.
Right. But a good person, please. Oh my god.
A good person with glasses. We don't need to get ghosted again. Anyway, I'm probably gonna cut that out.
Right. A good person, like a good person with glasses, because I know at least when it comes to the stuff that we have watched for this podcast, they have most likely skewed to being bad than being good.
Oh god, not errata.
Right? Let them be like Yanagi and Horimiya, which we review that for Shonen Sunday.
Yeah.
So if y'all like if y'all want to hear our thoughts about Horimiya, join.
nice save there.
Hot Fudge tier. Right.
Yeah.
I had a whole list.
Oh, okay.
I can just run through everything.
Sure.
Okay, so 1, I have Sawako is just a shy girl. I wish someone would tell her to pin her bangs to the side since the Sadako comparisons keep happening.
Right, yeah. Oh, wait, she could wear her hair like Toru Honda with the ribbons.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Very cute. Like, yeah. The next is Teacher Pin playing matchmaker between Kazehaya and Sawako. I was banana split on it because I think it's good to be well-meaning with your students, but I also don't necessarily think it's his place to get so involved.
Yeah.
There has to be certain boundary levels, especially when it came to her handbook, because she was so bothered by it because of the note and the pedal that was in it, you know, and she kept it close to her, and it's just like, you held it for plot, but why would you do that? Because you could see how distraught she was, like, bruh, like, yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of a lot. I know that I can't remember because it's been a while since I rewatched the anime. Watching this movie kickstarted me. I want to rewatch this immediately.
Right.
But I know there's like almost a familial relationship, I think, between Kazehaya and Pin. So I think that they were trying to like play that into the movie, but when you're on such a short time crunch, it's kind of hard to do that in a way that works.
Yeah, like I could tell that they had a certain bond and stuff, but like there were just times like, I'll even put that, I don't know where I put it. Maybe it was in Ice Cream, You Scream and stuff, but like when Pin asks Kazehaya if Sawako is cursed, and then Kazehaya was big mad. He's like, she's not, like stands up, like she is not.
Yeah.
Objection. It's like, yes. Even to the teacher, he defends. Oh my God.
Yes.
Anyway.
With passion, loudly. Yes.
With passion. But yeah, so like him playing matchmaker, I was kind of about it. It was also just frustrating in general to see people easily misunderstand her. Like, y'all have been in the same class with her for so long. The same joke, like, y'all have to come up with some other shit. Like, it can't just be, oh, this movie. Like,
yeah. I mean, The Ring itself came out in what, like 2001 or something. So like this this came out in 2010. So it probably takes place in, 2010. So it's like, that's an old movie at that point. You know?
Right.
The joke's definitely tired. I actually have that in Ice Cream, You Scream. I have it's just sad to see people afraid or whatever of Sawako, but it's also unfortunately very in line with high schoolers just being high schoolers.
Yeah. Like, they'll just believe what they want to rather than believing what's actually happening. Sometimes, not all of you. I know we do have younger listeners, but...
Right. I just mean like the type of high schoolers that will make fun of other people. They'll just kind of cling to whatever, and then like everything that person does is this and related to this image I have of them, and let's perpetuate that kind of thing.
Yeah. Ooh, I have Ryu postponing consoling Chizu about Sawako. Why postpone it? Like, I get it because he's like, it's not done yet. Y'all could still be friends. So it's not finalized that she should be upset about it. But still, it's like, give her some bean buns. Shit. Like, I don't know.
Right. I think I love Ryu so much and their bond. So, like, I think it was his way, not that it's the best way, but I think it was his way of being like, there's still hope.
Yeah.
Cling to that hope. Don't be upset about it yet. If things actually do go south, that's when I'll console you and do the whole thing. But right now, there's still hope to be had.
Yeah, there is still hope. Like, don't just give up now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was just kind of like, I don't know, like, pat her back a little bit before you leave. Like,
yeah. I do have one more banana split.
okay.
It's very general. It's just that the film, because I didn't really look up anything about it. I literally took it right out of the case, put it into the DVD player, and like just pressed it play. But I didn't expect it to be like an adaptation of the anime. I thought it was going to be one of those live action movies that takes place in the Kimi Ni Todoke universe, somewhere within the timeline, its own like subplot, just like its own like standalone thing, kind of like the Ouran High School Host Club live action movie, where it's just kind of its own thing.
Even Hanayori Dango, which we review for Licorice live action, join our whipped cream tier on Patreon.
Yes, it's so worth it.
Yeah, that's its own thing too. It's not entirely the same as the source material.
Yeah, and like this takes its own creative liberties because they had to find a way to shorten the plot. And I liked it, I really did. It's just that it wasn't what I expected it to be, and I felt like I should at least notate that somewhere.
Yeah, no, I fully understand why, like, you would put that. Like, it was still beautiful overall, but like,
oh, yeah.
It would have been nice to just see, like, how would they adapt it, if it was a little bit different, or if they were adding something like their own spin to things.
Right, or if it was just its own like standalone story in the universe. It's not that like I'm upset that it's an adaptation. I actually really, really loved seeing the anime brought to life. I thought it was done so beautifully and I enjoyed every minute of it. It's just not what I expected, but it's cool.
Yum. One that I have is Sawako's dad telling her to take the bus.
Okay. Yeah.
I was banana split about it because for me, it felt like I think he was uncomfortable with the amount of attention that she was getting.
Yeah.
And by enforcing this bus rule, it felt as if he was also clipping her wings in a way.
Yeah. I feel like I should have written that too. It feels kind of arbitrary. Like, why all of a sudden is it a problem?
I don't know. It's like, I feel like, because parents, they do this thing where even if you're a certain age, they still see you as a child.
Oh, don't I know?
Right? And so I feel like with this, that's what happened to him. And he's just like, I'm enforcing this random rule. But really, it wasn't fair because Sawako was just made friends and she was getting what she wanted. And it's like, okay, as a parent, if you had conversations and stuff with her, and her dad was the reason why she even started doing like those acts of kindness every day, because he used to read this comic to her where they had similar sentiments in it. And so all she's ever wanted was to feel included. And so to clip her wings in this way, to me, it just felt really sad / off base, because it's like, don't you want her to be happy? Because she's been happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I too know what it's like as well. Like, just like what you said, Giana, I too know what it's like to like, y'all, like I am 30. Y'all, I have not been a baby in a long time. Okay, gas prices were different, food was different, life was happier back then.
Rent was lower.
But anyway,
Sorry.
right, rent was lower. Oh my god,
It's just too real right now.
gas used to be like $2 I swear to
know.
God. By the gallon. Like, come on. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't like that about Sawako's dad, but it wasn't fully like enraged, so banana split. And then the random redemption for Kurumi, that's the last one I have.
Yeah, that was random.
Because it's like, I didn't hate it, I just didn't need it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't need to be redeemed, but I'm not mad about it either.
Yeah. Okay, let's move into Rocky Road. Okay, what's one of yours?
So the first thing is something you already touched on earlier, so we don't really have to like talk about it. Sawako isn't able to eat her ramen in the shop with her friends because she's just so touched that she was invited in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have Kazehaya when he wonders when his feelings will reach her.
Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Child.
The next thing I have is Rocky Road, but it is simultaneously I Scream, You Scream, so it's just both. So Pin asks Sawako if she's friends with Ayane and Chizu, and Sawako says no, thinking that she's protecting them, but it's just making the misunderstanding and the rumors worse. Because don't they overhear?
Right, and like I wish, because like I can't put this on them because Ayane and Chizu were trying so hard to understand where she was coming from.
Yeah.
That they didn't notice that the girls that had told them that shit in the first place were in frame. So because they were in frame, it was like she was reminded of what they were saying and was being resolute. So it's not like she said it to deliberately hurt them. She said it because she wanted those people to hear so that they would stop saying mean things about them. But meanwhile, they were behind her. Poor girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I also had that in just people making up needless rumors about Sawako's friends and Sawako acting on those rumors without talking to them first.
Yeah, and honestly, attached to that, I have Sawako crying, thinking that her friendships are over when they meant everything to her.
Oh, she was the cricket. Oh, God, I had that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. when Chizu and Ayane say that Sawako is a gentle girl, and because they know how she is, they worry for her and the interactions that she has with other people.
That's so considerate.
Yeah. It means so much when your friends can acknowledge your true nature.
Yeah.
When you don't have to translate yourself to the people that are around you because they just get it. Guys, I cannot say enough how important it is to have people by you that you don't need to translate yourself to. Like, they always have your best interests at heart. They think the very best of you. They give you the benefit of the doubt. They talk things out with you. It's so important. And so just seeing them talk about that, it made me so emotional.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
The next thing I have is, again, something you touched on earlier. When Sawako is standing up for her friends and telling these girls that she really loves Ayane and Chizu, and their heartfelt reunion in the bathroom, and then following that, the conversation that they have on the roof. It's very touching. Particularly
And they hug.
the hug and the line, particularly from Ayane when she says, Sawako, don't get used to being alone, all right?
God.
That was an arrow through my chest. I felt that. Remember when we said life was lifing? I needed somebody to say that to me, and to hear Yano say that to me, like, I needed that. So, like, oh, that scene really, really hit me.
Man, I'm like doing my best.
I almost choked up there. Oh.
I am crying as we speak. Because I had that too. Like, don't get. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, you're okay, Chika.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh god.
I'm with
like,
you.
I need to hear that too.
Yeah.
Like, life is so hard, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Oh.
Yeah. I have, I think, 2 more.
I have 3.
Okay. Sawako defending Kurumi until she finds out that their friendship is a lie.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't write that.
Yeah. Because she just believed her.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you go. I'm still, like, fucked up on the alone thing.
No, it's okay. It's okay. My other ones are much lighter than that, so I'm not going to make you cry again.
Maybe I'll make you cry with my last one.
Well, the next thing I have is that Chizu is forced to meet her crush's fiance. That's really, really rough to see somebody that you have deep feelings for be with somebody else. So I just felt for her for that.
Yeah.
My next one in all caps is Kazehaya crumples the movie tickets. Oh, because that's just like him shattering his own heart. I felt so bad for him. He was clearly very heartbroken and disappointed and upset. So there's that. And then my last one, I wrote the sad fireworks of defeat after Sawako was rushing around to find Kazehaya at the festival.
Yeah.
She's just like kneeling down and like crying as these like celebratory New Year's fireworks are going on around her. It's amazing juxtaposition there of the celebration all around, but her and her own sadness being like, I couldn't reach him. And that's what the whole film is about. Incredible, but so sad.
So sad. Like, she thought she didn't make it and stuff. And
Yeah. But you go ahead.
Yeah. So my last one, I am so sorry, y'all. Trigger warning. We're talking about suicide. So, I think watching this film and just finding out that Haruma Miura, who is the actor for Kazehaya in this film, he unfortunately committed suicide in 2020. So he's no longer with us anymore. And so watching this film, he was perfect.
Yeah.
He was the perfect Kazehaya. You could feel everything that Kazehaya was feeling because of how well he was acting and how bright he was. Especially, like, with the ending of the film. I'm so sorry. I'm like...
Oh, it's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, just trying to get myself together. I think, like, the film, when it ends... I guess before we see, like, the credits and stuff, or the end credit scene, but he's just like, oh, please take care of me and stuff. And I feel so bad. that he didn't feel that way, you know, and that he's no longer here. But yeah, you know, rest in peace. I just felt the need to just say that,
Yeah.
you know, because I think it hit different. Seeing this and being so happy with it and like how everything was expressed and just like we could see his other stuff, but like it gets to a point where it's just like, that's it. That's all we have. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think he absolutely deserves to be highlighted. Kazehaya is my favorite male lead, as I said, in anything, and he truly was perfect. He brought this character to life in a brilliant way. All of his nuances, everything was handled with such care, and he truly lit up the screen and the story, and it breaks my heart to know that he got to a point where he thought that that was where it should end. And it also goes to show that you truly, truly don't know what anybody is going through unless they make it known. And being kind is so important. You don't know how badly somebody needs it.
Yeah. I would encourage everybody that like listens to our podcast. I mean, I'm sure that you're great people because you subscribe and listen to us. But I implore you guys to just really be stand-up people.
Yeah, reach out to somebody today that you haven't reached out to in a while, even if it's just to say, hey, I'm thinking of you. If you don't want to like handle a whole like, hey, how are you conversation, maybe send them a meme or, hey, I'm thinking of you, or this reminded me of you, or hey, I was thinking about this time XYZ. I think that would really brighten somebody's day.
Right. Like if you have the bandwidth to listen to somebody, if you know somebody's struggling, you have the bandwidth to talk to them about it. Please talk to them about it. Don't just ignore it. You know, and even if you're not comfortable, if you know somebody else who would probably be comfortable talking to that person, please do it. I know that people say like call these hotlines and stuff. Like, yeah, they can call the hotline. But I think when you're in such a really dark place, it's so important to have somebody that gives a shit, even if you don't know them really, but somebody who just gives a shit about humanity to just say like, hey, I'll hear you out. You're not a bad person. Like, you're not who your thoughts make you out to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just be kind and reach out when you can, you know?
I
guess after Rocky Road, we have Hot Fudge.
I know. It's very hard to segue out of something so serious. But yes, we do have Hot Fudge. I do only have one.
Same.
And we already kind of talked about it. So we don't really have to like drill it into the wall. But I just have Sawako being pinned for the rumors about Yano and Chizu. And, that just super duper sucked.
It did. I'm glad that they didn't believe it.
Yes.
Like, they're like, she wouldn't say
Very
that.
much same.
Even if things are, like, weird between us, she wouldn't say that. She's not the type of person. She doesn't even have that vocabulary.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My Hot Fudge, and I'm sorry, guys, like, I'm I cried for real.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm coming off of that. My Hot Fudge goes to Kurumi. She is a dumb bitch, and I hated how manipulative she was to Sawako. I'm glad Sawako was able to sort of rise above it and, like, talk to Ryu about what love actually is, and that it was able to be resolved and stuff, but to find out that this person not only tried to manipulate the situation to get with Kazehaya, but she also was sort of at hand with these rumors about her friends to begin with. I thought that was really disgusting.
Yeah, Kurumi is definitely an interesting villain. I liked the way that they handled her in the film, because it goes on for so long in the anime.
Oh, she would have to die. I mean, even watching the film, I messaged Giana and I was just like, I'm taking my earrings off.
Yes,
like,
yes.
She can talk to my fists.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Or just action. In that moment, it would have been like action first, words later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think after Hot Fudge, we normally have nuts. I will admit I don't have any nuts points.
I don't have any nuts either, just a handful of ice cream you scream.
Okay, then let's move into ice cream and you scream. I have 4.
I have 8 apparently.
Oh, honestly, I think one of them I already talked about. So low key, I have 3. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. What are some of yours?
So I can kind of lump my first two together because they're both about Peen. So I have that he punches Kazehaya in the stomach when he tells him that there's no truth to the rumors of being cursed if you look into Sawako's eyes. I just thought it was a lot that he punched him in the stomach, and he's a teacher.
Yeah.
We don't have context about their relationship at all, so that is just a teacher punching a student.
Jail.
So no thank you. Jail. And then my next one is when Peen like practically assaults Sawako to look into her eyes to test the curse rumors.
Yeah.
He like pulls her. He's like, look at me. I'm
Right.
like, no, get your hands off of her.
Any other person would be like, are you coming on to me?
Right.
See, in this movie, Pin is kind of banana split for me. But
Yeah, I mean, as a character overall, like thinking of the anime as well, he kind of just is banana split.
yeah.
He's funny though.
One of mine, which I already sort of talked about, but it is related to Pin, is just him asking about the cursed thing irritated me.
Yeah, like as a teacher, why do you care?
Right. These people are spreading rumors, and instead of being like, don't spread rumors in school, you're asking another student if it's real.
Are you qualified to teach if you believe a high school rumor that you'll be cursed if you look into a girl's eyes?
Right. And then on top of it, it's just like, get your life together. Because this man is so caught up in these students' lives. He's taking expired medicine.
Right.
Like, what a dumbass. Like,
Yeah. My next one is just that, of course I have this. The roof is very dangerous on that school. There are no walls or fences. It's just a straight drop off. I would not want to sit up there.
Right. First of all, like, they should have been built a gate because people, like, yeah, they should build a gate for safety.
They should definitely build a gate for safety.
Because let me tell you, I would never get on there.
No. You couldn't pay me to sit up on that roof, no.
For real, like, my luck comes in sometimes. I'm not lucky enough to be on that roof. Ooh, I have Kurumi should give up her feelings instead of creating scenarios to take people around Kazehaya down.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just wrote, Chizu likes Ryu's brother, not Ryu. Tragic.
So tragic because another like I'm telling you, I would combust, I would die. If I had a situation where somebody had been like, it's always been you, the way Ryu's just like, Chizu, it's always been her. Even when he knows she likes his brother, Jesus.
What a guy. I love Ryu so much.
Yeah, me too. The last one that I have is just what Sawako's dad says about Chizu and Ayane when they come to his house.
Yep, I have that too.
He's not cluing in, you know. It took her so long to make friends. You can't shit on her friends just because what they look like. Oh, they're wearing makeup.
Yeah, he's like, they look bad.
What
does
it
that
mean? They looked good to me. Like,
yeah.
They're saying like, oh, they're wearing makeup, and it's like the most regular looking shit. Like, you would think they were being excessive or in drag makeup the way he said it.
Yeah.
And it's not even like that. I mean, even if they were, that's her friends. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
If wearing makeup was something he didn't want for her daughter, which is another can of worms, it's not like Sawako started wearing makeup or something, you know? She was just still Sawako. So it just like seemed kind of out of left field.
Yeah.
So I have two more ice cream you scream. One of them is in all caps, Sawako can't give him an answer before she gets on the bus. And I kind of elaborated lightly on that, just that she's getting in her own way. She's letting her own insecurities stop her from being happy. So I'm very glad she was able to talk things through with her friends. But yeah, in that moment, it was like, girl, get out of your own way.
Yeah, please, girly, please. Oh.
Yeah. Do you have any more ice cream you scream? Because I kind of want to save mine for last.
No, my last one was the dad.
Okay, so y'all know this was coming, right? You all had to know. Just like the anime, or at least season 2, because I can't wait for season 3. But anyway,
yeah,
just like how the anime ended, all that yearning, no kiss. And I, as the romance girl, this is my favorite couple, I just want to see a little kiss. They deserve it. They deserve it. less so than I deserve it, they deserve it after all of that.
I mean, you deserve it too.
I
At
do.
least you would have a good kiss. They would probably have a shitty kiss if it had happened.
Again.
But I still would have appreciated it.
Again, guys, if you want us to talk about kissing in live action, you gotta check out our coverage on Hanayori Dango.
Yes, please, please, y'all. The whipped cream tier, it's a good time.
It's a really good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, all that yearning, no kiss. That is it for me for Ice Cream You Scream.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that's it. That's Kimi
it?
Ni Todoke live action.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, so we were just so glad. Like, this was catharsis, really. We are so glad to go through this film with you guys, and especially since it's live action, because we wanted y'all to see what it's like when we review live action shoujo work. So, like we've been saying this episode, if you really enjoyed this recap / review / catalyst, I don't know, like this gamut of emotion of an episode, please join our Patreon, because like we said, we would love to be weekly. Even if you are in the sprinkles tier, it helps us so much, and we would love to bring more content to you guys. So as we said, please join our Patreon. And speaking of Patreon,
Yes, speaking of Patreon, we would love to give a big shout out to all of our wonderful patrons. Starting with our Sprinkles patrons, we have Pete, PJ, Akemi, Shamil, and Miles. Thank you so much to our Whipped Cream patron, Mark M., and our wonderful Hot Fudge patrons, AJ, Mackenzie, and Mary. Thank you all so much for being our patrons.
yes, thank you guys so much. You mean the world to us. And yeah, so I guess you should make sure to follow Shoujo Sundae everywhere. And if you'd like to follow us individually, I'm Chika Supreme. You can find me on Blue Sky and on Instagram at Chika Supreme. Gianna?
I am Gianna Luna. You can find me across socials at Gianna_Luna_. That's Gianna with one N. On Blue Sky, it's just Gianna Luna, no underscores. And you can stream my debut single, Twilight Champagne, on any music platform.
And look forward to Project Peanut Butter, guys.
Yes, by the time this comes out, I should hopefully be getting feedback from my beta readers.
Ooh. Yes, guys. I am looking, of course, me. But I and everyone else should very much so look forward to it, because, of course, Gianna creates great things. So this is also going to be great as well.
Thank you.
And yeah, I guess you'll see us next time with something new.
Yes, you will. We will see you then.
Bye.